What's up, guys? It's Jonathan with One Big Insect. It's Jonathan with One Big Insect. I don't like cockroaches, okay? There's really nothing else that freaks me out more than cockroaches. All of the apartments I ever lived in had them. Do you know how hard it is to go out there and get food in the middle of the night if there's cockroaches in there? That's not funny. It's not even a game. You flip on the light and they all freak out. Who's lived like that? It's a horrible feeling. Anyway, today's video is actually, is it safe to travel to Mexico? So, I have made previous videos about Mexico, and some of them get pretty weird reviews. People are very violent, usually the Hispanic culture. I think they're saying they think I'm saying something that I'm not saying, because of like recent political events or something. My kids are Hispanic, Mexican, okay? I live in a state that's like on the border of Mexico. I've been to Mexico 100 times, probably more. I love Mexico. I love the Hispanic culture. I love everything. I'm actually learning to speak Spanish. I'm in 2 freaking Spanish classes right now as a full-grown man, adult, man, child, whatever you want to call me. Man adult. I just call myself a man adult, which means, is that like a new breed of something? I'm a man adult. Man adult. Okay, stop it. No, but seriously, I have nothing against Mexico or any other part of the world for that matter, okay? I want to answer this question as easily as possible, and I'll share some really basic experiences that I've had, okay? Mexico is just like any other place, other than the fact that it is a little bit corrupt, okay? And there's no hiding that it's a little bit corrupt. We all kind of know that. As far as like, if you get pulled over by the cops, you gotta have some money, blah, 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 blah. It's kind of like a well-known thing, okay? I actually have been pulled over there and had issues with police officers before and stuff. But in the same sense, they're kind of just doing their job. But they're doing their job in a super party town. Now, this is Rocky Point specifically. Rocky Point is the place, if you look for trouble, you're going to get trouble. Now, that being said, that goes with anywhere in the world. There's nowhere specifically that is going to be, if you're not looking for trouble, you're going to find trouble. Okay, so there are places in the world, like, for instance, like the Dominican of Congo and Republic. Dominican Congo, somewhere in Africa. What is the name? Oh my gosh. There are certain places like maybe El Salvador or Venezuela that are a little bit higher on the threat. Okay, Mexico, it's pretty chill. But that being said, you do need to be careful about like locations you're going. You don't want to be, if you're going in places and looking for drugs, of course you're going to get yourself in issues. If you're traveling alone at night, you're going to, of course, get yourself into problems. If you are hanging out with people that you probably shouldn't be, you are, of course, going to get yourself into trouble and possibly dangerous situations. Now, is or has this place, like meaning Mexico, ever been more dangerous rather than less dangerous for me? Well, now let's think about it. I will cover these series and I will talk about every place as far as like, is this place dangerous? Is this place dangerous? Is this place dangerous? So I have been in some pretty crazy parties, situations, drunken stupors in Mexico and all over Mexico, okay? Whether it was Cancun or it was on the border or wherever it was, I have been absolutely obliterated, trashed, acting like an absolute fool in Mexico. Okay? That's just the place that if I could say where was I most drunk or most crazy, most partying as far as like outside my country in another country, it would be Mexico. And for most people, that's probably the same thing. So, in that situation, was any other situation, because of that, more dangerous? I could not actually think of a safer place to be that drunk. And that's what gringos do. Gringos go to Mexico to get trashed, to have a good time, whatever. And it's all fun and games. but don't get yourself in a situation where you can get hurt. If you're a drunk that likes to run your mouth, maybe you should stay at the hotel and don't go party with the locals or something like that. If you like to fight, you're probably going to get in a fight. You know, it has nothing to do with anything. You basically are creating your own situation in Mexico. I have seen some stuff, but questionable stuff between like locals and stuff. But it never involved somebody from out of town. I've never had an issue just because I was a local. I've had people try to, scam me and stuff like that. But that happens everywhere. And it was definitely not high on the list as far as like, I would say there was some heavy scams in certain parts of Europe and stuff like that, but not really that many. There was only like once or twice that happened to me in Mexico. So for the most part, Mexico is absolutely 100% safe. I don't recommend, like, if you're a single female walking around in the hood at night, and I don't recommend you do that down the street from my house, or probably even in front of my house. I think you should I always recommend buddying up with the person. Even if you're a guy, buddy up with the person. If you're in an unfamiliar area, meaning it's not your neighborhood, your neighbors are not around, it's probably just general rule of thumb to be able to first be comfortable and be aware of your surroundings, and don't be the guy that goes around in the middle of the night with headphones on because somebody's going to attack you. And it's not just because you're in Mexico, it's just because you're an easy freaking target. Okay? Mexico is beautiful. Mexico has so many benefits, so many amazing things. The Hispanic culture is so rich, diverse. They are so family oriented. The food is to die for. It is straight up awesome. The beaches, the people, the food is amazing. Have I said that yet? Everything is just amazing. I don't want you to ever go into any type of circumstance or any type of situation saying, oh, is this place safe? Because there is a website that I will try to remember in the link, put it in the link in the description below. It's United States Estados Unidos, which is United States in Spanish. I just learned that today. Actually the other day, but I reconfirmed that I was saying it wrong today. So now I'm Estados Unidos. But anyway, I'm working on my Spanish, and I expect you to as well. You guys, it does help if you go there and you have a couple words under your belt, or at least attempt. Don't be like, grassy ass. What did you say? What did you say? Huh? You little redneck. Don't talk like a redneck or we're going to treat you like a redneck. Gracias. It's not that hard. Carne asada con queso. It's not that hard to enunciate things a little bit. You know, I understand you're a gringo. I understand you're white, and that's cool, but try a little bit. You know, try to fit in a little bit. Try to do your best, because these people are doing their best to bring you into their country and be hospitable. You need to be doing the same. You need to respect their country. You don't need to be throwing trash on the ground. You need to treat these people like they're human, because they are amazing people. I will say one thing. Last time I was at the Reef in Mexico, in Rocky Point, I saw a guy treat the chick like shit up at the counter, and I called him on his shit. I said, who the hell do you think you are? Why are you talking to her like that? And he's like, who gives a shit? We're in Mexico, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, who gives a shit? She's a inhuman, dude. No, that's not acceptable. Apologize to her, because that's wrong. And you need to make sure that you don't go to any other country disrespecting the people that live there just because you think you're in a different place, or you're in a place that's not as cool as yours, or you think it's a third world country. And in the reality, that may be the same. That might be true, but that doesn't matter. Respect is respect across all lines of humanity. So please be nice to people, be kind. It doesn't matter about what political bullshit is going on. If you visit a country, just show the people respect, because it's a beautiful place. The people are amazing. And if you go in there thinking it is something that it's not, it's going to end up being what you think it is. So I think it's awesome. Think it's going to be a good time, because it is and always has been for me. You guys, travel because you're not dead yet. If you're new here, please check us out on Facebook. Our group is called, World Travelers. I almost said the other group. World Travelers. The link will be in the description below. Also, I'm going to put a link in the description below to a backpack that I travel with, and I try to link it up all the time. Thank you again, Ellen, for getting me that backpack. I love it dearly, and I will see you in the very near future.